On today's Bay Area Housing Market Minute, I'm doing a live reaction and analysis of the latest data coming out of Castro Valley, California. The Bay Area housing market has been on absolute fire. This is not front page news. Some cities are starting to show signs of a slowdown. Is that Castro Valley? Well, that remains to be seen. But before we get into the data and before we get into the numbers, if you're a home buyer in today's marketplace and you're looking for a comprehensive data set to assist you with your home buying decision making, you can text the word data plus the area or the zip code or the neighborhood that you're looking in, and we'll send that data straight to your inbox. And if you're a home seller in today's marketplace and you're looking for data to help you price your property or decide if now's the best time for you, you can text the word data plus your property address and we'll send all that information straight to your inbox. All right, so let's dive straight into the numbers. Again, I haven't seen this report yet, so this is brand new to me as well. Again, this is for all residential properties in Castro Valley. And wow, okay, so my initial reaction is not much has changed. Over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months or so, we've had fairly consistent pending sales represented by the red line there and fairly consistent inventory levels in Castro Valley. And so not much has changed. To me, there's stability, but there's stability in favor of the sellers because it's not even just like a strong seller's market. It is white hot. When you do the math, you have over double the amount of homes pending right now than you have homes on the market. That is not just like a regular seller's market. This is like a white hot fire sale type of market where we can continue to see equity gains month over month over month for the next like 6 to 12 months and even have demand go down and inventory levels go up, but still have enough buffer there. I mean, there's so much buffer in the marketplace right now in Castro Valley. The only thing that could really get in the way here is if other cities around Castro Valley start to experience signs of a slowdown and a lot of the buyers leave Castro Valley because they're like, hey, I can actually get a deal somewhere else, or I can get a better, I only have to pay 105% over list price as opposed to whatever Castro Valley's is, which we're going to find out here in a second. But, first knee-jerk reaction, nothing's changed. Market's still white hot. Now, let's go to sales price to list price. So, of course, if you're a buyer, one of the first things that you want to know is like, how much am I going to have to pay for a home in Castro Valley? The answer is 112% sales price to list price ratio in the month of July, which essentially means that for a home that's listed at $1 million, you'd have to pay 1.12 in order to win the house. Of course, that's on average. So there's a lot of homes being sold for way over that, and some homes that are selling for under 112%. And of course, there are some homes that are selling under list price. That it happens if they're overpriced. So that being said, it is still white hot and 116. My God, in April, like I keep forgetting that happened. That's absurd. And even if you look back the last 15 months, we've had sales price to list price ratio exceed 100% for 15 straight months, which means that there's been this compounding effect where the prices have just gone up and up and up and up. And the buyers just continue to eat it all up because there is so much demand relative to the supply in Castro Valley. It is absurd. And really, my takeaway analysis is that for the next year, Castro Valley home prices are going to be fine. And anyone who bought even in early 2020, your investment is so safe at this point. There's so much buffer that's been built into the marketplace. There's no way that prices could ever fall back to where they were at the beginning of 2020, barring some sort of like ridiculous disaster. But you have to look at this. You have to look at this graph and say, my gosh, there's no end in sight. There is no end in sight. And so if you're a buyer and you're watching this video thinking, hey, should we buy now? Should we perhaps wait in 6 months? Maybe something's going to happen. They're just looking at these numbers right there. Too much has to happen for those lines to even intersect, active and pending, for them to even intersect over the next 3 to 6 months. So much would have to happen for those lines to intersect. And that's still a seller's market. That's still 100% absorption rate. So what I'm saying is that to expect the market to do anything significant in the buyer's favor is a pipe dream at this point in Castro Valley. There is no way that is happening. And so the question becomes, well, When will they, like, in the back of everyone's mind is, well, it has to happen at some point, right? Well, yes and no. I mean, there could definitely be an increase in inventory. There could definitely be a drop off in demand where we see, maybe an absorption rate of 50%, 60%. But what we're seeing right now is going to be so difficult for the market to overcome, in the sense that there is so, like, I'm going to overuse this word because it's like the best word for me to use. It's like there's so much buffer right now. There's so much buffer that even if the world collapsed, like, there's no way that the pricing could return back to where it was at the beginning of 2020. It's just been too white hot for the prices to get back to where they were. And if we start to see a stabilization or neutralization, that will happen over the course of, at minimum, what I'm seeing here, 3 to 6 months, which means that you would have to continue to tune back in to the Bay Area Housing Market Minute to see what's happening in real time, because that's what we're here to do, to keep you up to date with what's going on in the Castro Valley area and all other Bay Area cities. So you can rely on us to continue to keep you up to date with what's happening and see, are these numbers going to continue to be in the seller's favor? Will we start to see a neutralization? Only time will tell. That's why you tune in, everyone. Once again, this is Danny Gould. I'm Sally Silicon Valley, and I will catch all of you in the next video.